You know, people say being in a band is full of highs and lows. But man, were these years full of highs. My name is Caden, and this is my story about music, touring, being in a new city every day, but most importantly, a story to show you that life can take you anywhere. So now, let's go way back to 6 years ago. It was December. My best friend Jack and I formed a band to play at a concert that we threw. It was our very first live show. We used to rent venues and find local bands to play. I was only 5 months into playing guitar at the time. I will never forget the moment that I forgot to play the Hotel California solo moments before it started. Out of key is an understatement. Now, this is where the story begins. I'm sitting in the library doing math homework, listening to music when all of a sudden this song comes on from a band that I've never heard of before. The Moss. I was stunned, obsessed with the sound. I listened to each song of theirs that day. I would go home, sit in my room, learn the songs. I used to play the guitar with my eyes closed, just imagining being in front of a crowd. I started to make my own music. Just me, my guitar, and a little red box that I would use to record. Eventually, my first band and I went to a studio to record some songs. Shout out Urban Sons, if you know, you know. We were never really that serious as a band, and we stopped once we all went to college and moved away. But I didn't stop playing guitar, and I did not stop making songs. Soon, by luck and fate, I began to get in touch with the Moss to work on a video with them. I was living in Utah, and so were they, so I knew I had to reach out. It wasn't until the next year that we would actually all meet in person. I was hiking to a waterfall to see this man getting in the freezing water. I walked down to talk to him after he got out, and it was Addison, the guitar player for the Moss. That winter, Addison and I would go ski together. There was this one night where we were both on the lift, and he asked me if I wanted to join the band. And then, that's where it started. I joined the band in April of 2022. We went on our first ever cross-country tour, January of 2023. From there, it was non-stop. Toured the West Coast, over to the East Coast, next the South, back to the West Coast, now to the Midwest. It was exciting, tiring, sometimes frustrating. These were the days. One thing I really loved about the band and the dynamic of the band is that everyone loved to travel and explore just as much as I did. So we would go play a festival in Washington, and the next day, take the rental car to Olympic National Park, surf before shows in California, go skiing before band practice, swim in any river that we could find. It was the best. We would later on go play just about every big festival that you could name that summer. Flew out to LA to record a couple songs. We would get flown out to press events, acoustic radio shows, even got to play a VIP party for the 1975. After a couple years of nonstop touring and endless excitement, I realized it was my time to go in a different direction in life. It was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. But that's life. Being a part of something so great was such a milestone in my life. It changed me in the best way possible. I learned an endless amount of things from it, and I couldn't be happier with where I'm at in my life right now, but still can't help but think about those times every day. I think of everything with a smile on my face, knowing that I did that, and knowing that I'll have these stories to tell forever.